Well, it's Monday morning, Monday afternoon, Monday evening, wherever you're going to watch this. Welcome to this edition of Man with the Show. I am Zane, your host. We're about to dive into some more craziness today. Thanks for tuning in. Before we start, don't forget, subscribe, like, support, share, because hearing more and more stories of people getting demonetized, restricted, just for things we say, and it's amazing. I just heard today Hero High just got one of his videos restricted, which was talking about, and I haven't covered it yet, and I'm just waiting for some outcome for it. How Rooster Teeth is not really paying their employees, that they're overworking them, which I'm not shocked because this happens overseas with a lot of animators. People who work in that industry, they get overworked, underpaid, which is normal, but we'll discuss that later. But still, nevertheless, every day YouTube keeps changing the rules and regulations and throwing out there. And I'm glad there's someone out there right now. There is a senator who's trying to pass a bill to reorganize the 230 rule that basically protects a lot of these Silicon Valley companies have. They use it for protection, and they use it to censor also. And it's insane what's been going on. But speaking of censorship and crazy things going on with people that just literally are not anime fans, that they just virtual signal. It's almost, when they hear something, sounds like something out of a Ryan O'Neal movie.
Oh, man. Oh, God. Oh, man. Oh, God. Oh, man. Oh, God. Oh, man.
And they just basically sit there and just find things in videos. They search things. They find advertisements in videos. Or basically in video games, in anime cartoons. And it's just another day that basically they're just looking to cancel something else out. If you're familiar with the anime One Punch Man, which I think is great. I haven't started season 2 yet. I just trying to catch up on all my really good anime right now. Now there is a character which they call Blackluster. And I've been reading a lot of the roles at Twitter and Reddit and stuff like that. And there are people out there that are just like saying like, "Oh my God, look at the blackface and stuff like that." And this is a character that's in the manga, and I think they just beefed it up a little bit in the anime. And of course, they're going to do that because basically, when you look at anime, which is black and white, and you look at the manga. Let me refresh myself there. When you look at the manga, and it's black and white pages, and you look at the anime, and it's all colored up, it's all done nice and shiny. And the way the character is written, you get people that are like, "Oh my God, there's this, and the breasts are too big, and why is there a black man in an anime series from Japan? I think it's somebody in blackface," and it's the way some of these SJWs, and I hate using the names SJWs because it's insulting people who are who believe in social justice. The ones that are calling themselves SJWs, they just literally just don't understand the fandom, and they're not part of this. They just sit there, and it makes it sound like they're just sitting there with a pad and paper all day long and just writing everything down, what's in the episode, what they say, when they take a piss. They just literally gone totally full retard.
You went full retard, man.
And it's oh my God. I mean, when you look at it in one perspective, that you have movies like Tropic Thunder, and I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker, and many other things, and TV series and movies and stuff like that depict many characters in a humorous type atmosphere, which in the case of One Punch Man, it's an action, but it's also a bit of a comedy because basically the characters are all over the top. And they don't realize this. They look at the character and they're like, oh, immediately they're thinking racism. And it's not what the characters on there. I mean, there has been some characters in the way in the past in anime that's been a little bit over the top, depicting certain minorities and stuff like that. And it's understandable, and it was not meant to be that way. It's just because it is a cartoon. Or in the case of Japan, it's an anime. And another thing that you want to look at is, let's see. They criticize this because of the way it looked, because of the way they depict someone who's black and stuff like that. But we've had a bunch of things on this side of the continent that doesn't get as much as criticism as they do. Hey, did you know there was a Black Dynamite TV series? If you're not familiar with Black Dynamite, that is based on the movie of the same name, starring Michael J. White, which he does reprise the voice role, and most of the cast reprises their voice roles on the TV series, which is on Adult Swim. In fact, you could see it today on the AdultSwim.com app. It's listed there. You can watch all the seasons on there, and it's hysterical. But as you can see from the picture, they talk about the lips and stuff like that. It's in animation. This happens. It's, you're going something over the top. If you have a series that's a bit of comedic tones, even though it's an action one, just like One Punch Man, which a lot of the characters are over the top. There's a couple other characters in there that's like, there's one that's like a cross-dresser, I think it is. Like, dresses real feminine, but a big brute. I mean, nobody talks about that. But then you have another series called Minority Team, which is basically an over-top version of the X-Men, which they depict many different factions from Asian to black to Jewish, and it's overblown over the top. And even the black character, has big lips. And, you don't hear too much on it. Even though I have to say Minority Team was criticized somewhat a bit, and I guess that's why it's not around anymore, but not as much as it is today. And these are shows that are not, from far back. These are more recent shows within the last decade, So when you look at it, it's just crazy when you hear things like this. It's been happened many, many times before. Even in the newer series, like Family Guy, American Dad, and all these other series that come out, they get way over the top on things. And you look at it and you're like, okay, I could deal with it. But then you have those that are just like way beyond it and just doesn't understand what the series is, because they've never sit down and watched it. They only catch a little bit of it, and they see a picture, online, and say, "Oh my God, look what they have done." What are we gonna do? We as the fandom, what are we gonna do with these people? I tell you, this is the reason why things are the way it is. Because you continue to just signal out. Throw up that SJW sign like a bat signal, that every time something comes out, they just literally have to discuss it, have to, throw it in. And, some of these companies, they bend the knee to the situation, start changing things. I mean, there are reports, Tifa, they didn't want to put her out the way she was in the original game. They had to change her breast size. There was another character, I think it was Momo or something like that, about her breasts, the way she looks, something of that nature. There's so much that's going on that everything they have to throw on. You kind of expect someone to start throwing on clothes on all these characters to make them look, Amish clothing, just to hide the legs, to hide the arms, and everything to the nature. You can't show anything. You can't have anybody look a certain way. You can't have anybody depicted in a comedic action or a comedic show. I mean, did they not have any problem with Robbie Downey Jr. in blackface, in Tropic Thunder? I mean, oh my God, it's amazing, because they don't like anime. They don't like any of these things. They don't like Star Trek. They don't like any of the shows and comic books and mangas and stuff that we like, and they just literally have to destroy it all. So, comment below. Tell me how you feel about this, because this just upsets me. as great of a show that One Punch Man is, they just want to take it. They want to take each of these animes down one by one by one. And it is not fair to those who have been fans for a long time to get like people like this just to come out. They need to just go away into their corner. Just leave this alone. This is what people watch. It is a comedic atmosphere with action and animation. This is not meant for and some of them have the mentality is that anime is meant for children. It should not be this way. A lot of the anime are not meant for children. There are some out there. There's some anime that kids can watch, but primarily most of the anime is adult driven. That's why we have adult animation here on this side of the front. If you look on Hulu, there is a section that says adult animation, and there's plenty of it out there. But like I said, we get this virtual signaling. It's like like the bat signal out there, and it's amazing how these people want to think. Where were they taught this? Where were they poisoned? That's what I want to know first. So don't forget, we are on mindsandgab.com. You can subscribe there. You can check us out there. We're going to be on D Live very soon. We're going to be we're going to be doing some tests very soon again. And we're going to be running a stream for a while. So you'll probably see some stuff if you go to our D Live on there. And then we're going to be doing a master test between two of our sites, YouTube and D Live, to send a signal out in both directions. So you'll make sure that we're able to feed the signal properly, and that the servers that are handling it are able to handle it, and also our routers will be able to handle it, sending the signal to those servers. So don't forget the 4 words: subscribe, like, support, share. Until tonight at 8, or whenever you get to see it, we will see you then. Don't forget, subscribe, like, support, share. We'll see you on the rebound. Have a good evening.